今天我们继续跟读冯教授关于断食的话题今天的主题叫 Eight Fasting Variations for Weight Loss 为了减肥可以采取的8种不同的断食方法
Today I'm going
Today
to
I'm gonna talk about
the different types of
fast
that you can do
that you can do
because
because there's a lot of different variations that you can try and still get good results. And it's coming right up.
A fasting period
is defined as any period of time that you are not eating.
So in the
classic definition, you are really only allowed water. And if you take anything else, by definition, that is breaking your fast. However,
when we
do fasting, there can be lots of different reasons you can try. And do it to lose weight, you can do it for controlling your blood sugars. There's lots of different reasons why you might fast. And in those circumstances, you can allow certain things into your fast that are going to make it easy.
So in
this week's video, I'm gonna cover different variations of fasting that you can try that might make it easier to sustain the fast and therefore get good results in terms of what you are aiming for.
The
classic fast only allows water
with
nothing else.
And
there's lots of ways that you can still add some flavor to the water and still make it taste good. So you can try lemon or lime, for example. You can squeeze lemon in and drop it in. There's lots of the flavorful oils in the skin or the brine that can make it taste good. You can infuse herbs into it. So mint is very popular. Cucumber is very good, and then you can also infuse fruit flavors. So if you use something like strawberries, for example, you can cut them up, put them in water, let them steep overnight, and you'll get the flavor of the strawberry with very little calories still.
Apple cider
vinegar is another thing you can add to water. And while it's still
just water
only, it has a little bit of that tanginess. Some people find it's very helpful in terms of suppressing hunger. So those are the classic water fasts.
There are,
however, many other different ways to do it.
Number two is
dry fasting.
And this
is used classically in certain types of religious fasting. And dry fasting does not even allow water. So it is limited in the amount of time you can do it. Certainly anything over 24 hours is not recommended, and many people get thirsty long before that.
Taking something
to drink often makes it easier to fast, so the dry fasting some people find a little harder, but surprisingly some people find it easier.
And there's a
reason for that.
When fat
is being metabolized, it actually breaks down and water is released. This is one of the reasons why bears, for example, will hibernate all winter and they are not drinking any water. So you might wonder how they are getting their water, why they are not getting dehydrated, and it's because the metabolism of the fat will actually release a little bit of water.
During
fasting,
what can sometimes
happen is people may find that they are urinating a lot.
As you fast,
the insulin levels go down, and the insulin tends to hold water within our bodies. So when we fast, that insulin level allows that water to come out. So some people get a
urine,
lot
and
of
some
urine,
people
and some
even
people
get
even get
diarrhea, and they
diarrhea,
find it
and
very
they find it
bothersome.
very
And
bothersome.
in this
And in this
situation,
situation,
that's where dry
that's where
fasting
dry fasting
for a
for
short
a
period
shorter
of
period of
time
time might be very
to make
useful
it
to make it
easier for you.
easier for you.
The other
The
interesting
other
thing
interesting
is
thing
some
is
people
some
find
people
that their
find that
hunger is
their
much
hunger is
less
much
when they
less
do a
when
dry
they do a
fast
dry
compared
fast
to
compared
a
to
water
a
only
water
or a
only or
flavored
a flavored
water
water
fast.
fast.
And if it
And
works for
if it
you,
works for
there's no
you, there's
reason not to
no
do it.
reason not to
But
do it.
again, I
But
stress
again, I stress
that
that
anything
anything
longer than
longer than
24 hours
24
is
hours
not
is not
recommended
recommended
because you do
because
get
you do get
dehydrated very
dehydrated very
quickly.
quickly.
Number
Number
three
three
is a
is
tea
a tea
fast.
fast.
So, in
So,
addition
in
to
addition to
allowing
allowing
flavored
flavored
waters, you
waters,
also
you also
allow herbal
allow herbal
teas
teas and also
with
teas
no
with no
other cream
other
or
cream
sweeteners.
or
So, no
sweeteners.
artificial
So no
sweeteners,
artificial
no
sweeteners,
artificial
no artificial
flavors, but
flavors, but
green teas,
green
black
teas,
teas,
black
oolong
teas,
teas.
oolong teas.
There's also
There's
other
also other
variations
variations like herbal
which are
teas,
not
which are
real
not the
teas
real
because they
teas
don't have the
because
tea
they don't
leaf.
have the tea
They're
leaf.
herbs.
They're herbs.
So
So
mint
mint
teas,
teas,
chamomile
mm,
teas,
chamomile
cinnamon,
teas,
for
cinnamon, for
example. They're all
example, they
very
are
good.
all
There are
very good.
other
There are other
varieties which you
varieties
can
which you
get
can
now,
get
like
now,
mushroom
like
teas,
mushroom
which
teas,
some people
which
find
some
very
people
useful
find
as
very
well.
useful as well.
Because they don't
Because
have
they
any
don't have
calories
any
and
calories
because
and
they
because they
also
also
have
have
no effect on
no effect
insulin.
on
As you
insulin.
fast,
As
your
you
body
fast, your
is
body
going
is
to
going to
metabolize the
metabolize the
glucose in your
glucose
body,
in
so
your
your
body.
blood
So
glucose
your
often
blood
gets better,
glucose often gets
and then you're
better,
going to
and then you are
metabolize
gonna
fat, so you will
metabolize fat.
find
So you
that you
will
can
find
lose
that
weight.
you can
And
lose
the
weight, and the
tea or the
tea
herbal
or the
tea may
herbal
make
tea
it a
may
lot
make it a
easier.
lot easier.
The fourth
The
variant
fourth
you can
variant you
try
can
is
try
allowing
is allowing
coffee.
coffee.
So black
So black
coffees are good
coffees are
and
good
it
and it
contains a lot
contains a
more
lot more
caffeine than
caffeine than
teas. So some
teas.
people
So some
find it
people
very
find it
useful,
very useful.
and also a lot of
And
people
also a lot of people
are
are
very
very
addicted to
addicted
or
to or
used to
used
having
to
coffee in their
having
system,
coffee in their
so that they
system
find it
so
very
that they
useful to
find it very
maintain
useful
that
to
normal
maintain that
rhythm
normal
when they're
rhythm
eating
when
or
they
when
are
they're
eating or
fasting.
when they
So
are
coffee
fasting. So
and a
coffee
little bit
and a
of
little bit
cream is
of a cream
okay.
is okay.
Both
Both
teas and
teas and
coffees, when
coffees,
it's hot,
when
are
it's hot,
great as
are
iced
great as
variations
iced
as well.
variations as well.
The fifth
The
type of
fifth type of
variation is
variation is
bone broth.
bone broth.
And bone
And
broth
bone broth
is
is
clearly a
clearly
type
a
of
type of
food in
food
that it
in
has
that it has
proteins, often
proteins,
it has
often it
fats,
has
and also
fats and
some
also some
calories.
calories.
However, the amount
However,
is
the
very
amount is
small.
very
So while
small,
it's
so
not a
while it's
true
not a
fast,
true
you
fast,
can
you
use
can
it to
use it
help
to
suppress the
help
hunger. You
suppress the
can use
hunger.
it to
You
go
can use it
longer
to go
periods of
longer
time.
periods of time.
And by
And
doing
by
that, you
doing
can
that, you
sometimes
can
get
sometimes get
excellent results
excellent
in terms
results
of
in
blood
terms of
sugars
blood
and
sugars
weight
and weight
loss.
loss.
Homemade
Homemade
broths
broths
are what we
are
recommend
what we
here
recommend
using
here
bone.
using
If
bone.
you don't want to
If you
use
don't
bones,
want
you
to
can
use
use
bones, you can
vegetable
use
broth,
vegetable
but try
broths,
to
but try
avoid
to avoid
canned broths
canned
that tend
broths
to have a
that
lot
tend
of
to have a lot of
bouillon
processing,
cubes,
boiling cubes,
MSG, that kind of
MSG, that
thing.
kind of thing.
It's better to
It's
make your
better to
own
make your
and
own
use
and
the
use
bones, use
the
the
bones, use the
vegetables, use
vegetables,
herbs.
use
Some
herbs.
people also
Some people
add
also
some
add some
vinegar into the
vinegar
mix as
into the
well.
mix as well.
The sixth
The
type
sixth type
of
of
fasting
fasting
is
is
fat fasting.
fat fasting.
And we talk
And
about
we
this a
talk about
lot
this a
where we
lot,
use
where
high
we
fat
use high
foods.
fat foods.
Well,
Well,
again, not a
again,
true
not a
fast.
true fast
Do allow
do
some
allow
people
some
to
people
do
to
very
do
well in
very
terms of
well
their
in
weight
terms of their
loss.
weight
The
loss.
fat
The
really
fat
helps
really helps
suppress the
suppress the
hunger,
hunger,
and
and
because it's
because it's
also very
also very
satiating,
satiating,
and you can
and you
sometimes
can
still
sometimes
lose
still lose lose a lot of
on these
weight
high-fat
on these
diets,
high-fat
it is
diets,
sometimes
it is
very
sometimes
useful.
very useful.
Bulletproof coffee
Bulletproof
is a
coffee
type
is a
of
type
fat
of fat
fasting
fasting
because
because
you have the
you have the
coffee and
coffee
then usually a
and then
large
usually a
amount
large
of
amount of
oil or butter
oil or
or
butter
MCT
or
oil.
MCT
So
oil. So
therefore, it really
therefore, it
classifies it as
really
a food. There's
classifies
a
it
significant
as a
number
food. There's a
of
significant number
calories
of
there,
calories
and
there,
that
and
can
that can
sometimes do very
sometimes
well.
do
We
very
have heard
well. We
lots
have
of
heard
people
lots of
say
people
they've done
say
great
they've
on
done
that.
great on
The
that.
seventh
The
type of
seventh type
fasting
of
is the
fasting is
5 to
the
2
5 to 2
fasting, which was
fasting, which was
popularized by
popularized
Dr.
by
Mosley
Dr.
in the
Mosley in the
UK.
UK.
And it
And
has
it has
5 normal
5
days
normal
of
days
eating
of eating
and 2
and
days
2 days
of
of
fasting,
fasting,
which is not a
which is
true
not a
fast, but
true
he
fast,
allows
but he allows
500
500
calories
calories
during that day of
during that day
fasting.
of
So
fasting. So
clearly, it's
clearly,
not
it's not
limiting by
limiting by
time,
time,
but on
but
those 2 days,
on those two
it's an
days,
ultra
it's an
low
ultra low
calorie day.
calorie
And
day.
again,
And
that
again,
is
that is
sometimes a great
sometimes a
strategy
great
for some
strategy
people to
for some
use
people to
with
use
a lot of
with a lot of
success. The
success.
eighth
The
type of
eighth type
fast
of fast
is what
is
can be
what
sometimes
can
called
be
a
sometimes
fiber
called a
fast,
fiber
where you're
fast,
just
where you are just
allowing
allowing
very, very high
very,
fiber
very high
foods,
fiber
such
foods,
as chia
such
seeds, for
as chia seeds,
example.
for
So,
example.
chia
So
seeds,
chia seeds,
you can put
you
them in
can put
some
them in some
liquid
liquid
and they will
and
bloom
they
up,
will bloom up
form sort
some
of a
form sort of
gel.
a gel,
And you can put a
and
little
you
bit of
can put a little bit
flavoring in
of a
that, and when
flavoring
you
in
eat
that,
it,
and when
it
you eat
makes you
it,
full. But
it makes you
there's a
full, but
lot of
there's a
fiber
lot
in
of
there,
fiber
so
in there,
it
so
sort of
it
takes
sort
up a
of
lot of
takes up a
space
lot of
and
space
keeps you
and it
full.
keeps you full.
And if it
And
allows you
if it
to
allows
do
you to do
more of the
more
regular
of the
fasting,
regular
then
fasting,
sometimes
then
the
sometimes
net
the net
benefit is
benefit
there.
is there.
So those
So
are
those
8
are eight
different types of
different types
fasts
of
that you
fasts
can
that you
do.
can do.
There's
There's
lots more
lots
other
more
ways to
other ways
vary it,
to vary it,
including the
including
amount of
the
time you're
amount of time
fasting.
you're
But
fasting.
these are
But
ways you
these
can
are
change
ways
what is
you can
allowed
change
during the
what is
fast.
allowed
And by
during the
doing
fast,
that, you
and
might
by doing
find
that, you
that
might find
one
that one
strategy
strategy
really works for
really
you.
works
And
for
if it
you. And
works,
if it works,
great, go ahead
great,
and
go
use it.
ahead
If
and
not,
use it. If
you can
not,
change
you
and
can
try
change and
different
try
other
different
things.
other
The
things.
key
The
is to
key
see
is
what
to
works for
see what works
yourself
for yourself
because we're
because
all
we are
different.
all different.
So give
So
them all a
give them
try,
all a try,
and I hope
and
you the
I hope
best of
you the
luck.
best of luck.
Thanks for
Thanks
watching,
for watching,
everybody. I
everybody.
hope you learned
I hope you learned
something.
something.
If
If
you could do me
you
a
could do me
favor
a
and hit
favor
that
and hit
like
that
button
like
so
button
other people
so
can
other
find
people
that
can find
video.
that
And
video.
if
And
you
if you
you can
want,
share
you
it
can
with your
share it with
friends.
your friends.
Maybe they'll learn
Maybe they'll
something
learn
too.
something too.
Thanks for
Thanks
watching,
for watching,
everybody.
everybody. OK，结束了。